How's it going, guys? Seafoods here. Today we're making a video on One Piece, and we're gonna. I recently have started making videos again on One Piece. Well, I am gonna start making videos again on One Piece because I was making. I mean, it's the exact same thing I said in my last video, but I was making videos back in October of One Piece and how there's no supply left on the market, and I think that we're gonna see a big boom and blah blah blah, and whatever, water under the bridge. So I'm making videos again because I think that we're in this same type of environment again where we have lots of people making lots of money off of Pokemon at the moment. It was the same thing going on right before the big boom in One Piece as well, is that there was a bunch of people making money with Pokemon. As you start making more money, it's the same thing with anything. You buy, let's just say you bought fucking Nvidia at $300 and then all of a sudden it's five or whatever the fuck it is. This was a long time ago, I guess, if I think about that. So Nvidia at three. Anyway, let's just say you bought Nvidia at $80. Now it's, let's just call it $200. I know that it's not. Anyway, what I'm trying to fucking get at here is, let's just say you bought that and you get into the market and you start to realize, oh man, I can make money off of this. Wow, I doubled my money off of this in Pokemon. What else out there in the market is there? What else is doing good? I've heard of One Piece. I've heard of Microsoft. I've heard of Netflix. I've heard of, Tesla. I've heard of all these different things. And so what else can I put my money into? And so I think that you're just in that same market again, especially with Ascended Heroes. I mean, Ascended Heroes is unbelievable. An ETB is $186. I've never even seen one in person other than the Pokemon Center. I mean, you can't get them. You know what I mean? And so, anyway, there's lots of people who went to Target. They went with their girlfriend. They picked up 4 boxes of it. They just made, let's just call it $175 a box. They just made $700 off of 4 boxes of fucking Ascended Heroes. And they're like, oh, okay, I've been in this game for a while. I was buying Mega Evolutions. I was doing all this. I was doing all that. Now what else is there that I can spread my money into to make myself more money? And I think that we're in that same type of environment again. And so what this spreadsheet is here is the current supply and the market price of One Piece boxes. And so what I'm going to start doing is every video I'm just going to be adding to this list. What else can, so when I make this video next week, because I don't upload every day, but like when I upload next week, what's the current supply on OP06? What's the current supply on OP11? Whatever the fuck it is. But what this will do is it'll just kind of show how supply, at least what I think this is going to do is you're going to watch the supply of all of these things. I mean, if you look right now, the only outlier of this entire group, except for 13, 14, and 15, is OP10. But what you're going to watch is you're going to watch a lot of these boxes like OP08. OP08 fucking doesn't have anything good in it, right? That's why the box is $224. But you're going to watch that supply go down to 50, 40, 30, and then all of a sudden, price will be $350, $400, and so I think that if we do this little spreadsheet here and just watch what happens in the market, and we can see how when supply goes down, the price of everything starts going up because nobody has this shit. And that's kind of been my whole premise of One Piece always, is it seems like the EX era of Pokemon where, you had base set, you had jungle, you had, all that stuff, fossil, you had all that come out. Everybody was super into it. And then you had the .com bubble. Everything was shit for a couple years. Nobody was in Pokemon. And then all the EX era, the print runs were way down. Nobody has it. That's why booster boxes are like $90,000. They cost more than the base set does. Is because if anybody had them, they just opened them. There wasn't any question of, is this going to be worth money? Is this anything? It's just they just opened them because they wanted the fucking cards. They didn't think anything of fucking keeping it sealed. And so I really do think that's kind of how almost all of this is up until like OP7, OP, even OP11, OP12, into that era right there. And then all of a sudden, OP13, and then fucking we were going to the moon. You know, I mean, and I honestly believe that nobody has these boxes. You know, I went to Collecticon in Phoenix, and it's like the only thing I saw was singles. I saw, OP05, the fucking Monkey D. Luffy card that's, fucking like $10,000 something right now, or whatever the hell it is. You know, that's what I saw. I saw these the super fucking expensive manga cards, but I didn't see OP5 boxes. I didn't see, OP01 boxes. I didn't see any of that. I saw cards. I didn't see boxes. And so my whole premise is I don't think there's any of these. I think that people think that there's a lot of these because you look at Pokemon and there's fucking 2,000, I don't actually know, but there's probably 2,000 perfect order booster boxes for sale. You know, there's an outrageous amount of it because people are used to seeing that many of these boxes being out there. I honestly don't think that One Piece is the same way. I think that One Piece, dude, this 30, 70, 73, 29, I think that might take up, 1%, 2%, 3% of the total supply of these boxes that are still sealed. Maybe not. Maybe I'm fucking out of my mind, but there's just none of these. People open this shit. And so anyway, so what it is, it's like the stragglers, the weird ones that I see is OP10. I think that OP10 is the same thing as OP8. I don't think there's anything good in OP8. I don't think there's anything good in OP10. And so, I mean, those two boxes you might see the most supply for. OP6 surprisingly has a lot of supply as well. But if you look, most of the shit other than OP12, because I want to say that OP12 had a reprint somewhere in there. I mean, you can't, because they don't, I mean, nobody really publishes, like, hey, we reprinted this set. I mean, of course, that I think OP7, OP8, and OP9, there was a reprint. But, like, when you look at OP12's price chart, it looks like there was a reprint somewhere in there. And so I think that OP12, plus it's still pretty new, I think that OP12 definitely had a reprint somewhere in there. OP11 had zero fucking reprint. That thing was printed one fucking time and they never touched it again. And that's why there's 37 of them left and it's almost $500 a box right now. But, OP7 had a reprint. There's only 30 of them left. They were sitting at like $100, dude. Nobody fucking wanted them. And now they're 331 and there's 30 of them fucking left. And so, we'll go through every one of the boxes, and I want to talk about EBO3 and OP15 because I think that if the rest of the market catches fire and you watch, OP4, OP3, OP2 go to fucking 10 boxes left in the total market, you're going to watch everything blow up because there's going to be one of these that just for some reason doubles. You know what I mean? Whether or not it's somebody comes through and buys out all the supply on OP4 or whatever the fuck it is, one of these are going to double. One of these is going to go out to $1,000 a box just like OP5 did. And so that's just going to be the case. And then OP5 is going to go to $2,000, and then you're going to watch, OP12 go to $500 a box because everybody's like, holy shit, they actually have really cool cards in this, or whatever the fuck it might be, And so, anyway, of course, OP15 has the most supply because it just came out. OP14, only 114 of those left. It's not really the strongest set. I really like the cards out of that set, but I don't think that it's the strongest of sets. But then again, and then OP13 just got the restock, and so you're watching a ton of supply hit the market right now. With that restock, back in February, they were talking about reprinting EBO3 and OP13. I mean, that was a big thing. Prices kind of went like this because people didn't know how to react to it, and then the prices hit, and now we're down, 150 a box. They were sitting at 600 forever, so now they're 450. But EBO3, it's kind of you have 214 available, which I think that they reprinted, but I don't think the reprint was as strong as OP13. I think that there's more people are buying OP13 than they are EBO3, but there's still quite a bit of supply, 244 of them left. EBO1, There's none. I mean, look at there's 12 fucking left on the market, and that's it. You know, I didn't look, but probably it goes, you know, probably 850 and then 900 and then 1,000 and then 1,100. You know, I mean, it's just, dude. If somebody comes through and buys 4 of them, bro, the fucking market price will be $1,100 for that box. EBO 2, of course, it's a sort of ish, I should say, a new set. It's not really, it's not new, it's not old, but it's just right in that little honey pocket of like, okay, could we keep going up? I mean, there is 80 of them left on the market, so it will be, I don't know if that one will have as much price. I mean, what I'm doing here is I'm not trying to go through and be like, hey guys, I think this one's going to go up and I think that one's going to go up. It's like, I can't call a winner. You know, that's why in your Roth, they tell you to diverse your investments and not put all your eggs into fucking NVIDIA, right? You don't put all of your money in NVIDIA and Tesla. You do, you know, you do Toyota, you do Verizon, you do AT&T, you do, I mean, I have a whole list right here. Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble, Coca-Cola, Visa, Hasbro, you know, you do a bunch of different stuff because you can't pick the winners. And so, anyway, I'm not cherry picking any set right now. I don't think that any of them are specifically going to double overnight because there's literally none left. But, you know, I mean, the higher the price, the slower it's going to move, of course. Like, you have to think that. I mean, but EBO 1, there's fucking 12 of them left. EBO 2, 80 of them left. And then EBO 3, there's 244 of them left. I think that EBO 3, if I'm going to cherry pick one, I think that set's going to go out to $500. I really do. I mean, it's the tribute to women in One Piece. I really think that is going to be a great set for a long time. It wouldn't surprise me if they do a set similar to it again, you know, so, but this will be the first set of that type of cards, you know, the first tribute. You know, they're probably going to do it again. It wouldn't surprise me, you know, I mean, based on the success of this, why wouldn't they do it again? So anyway, but then PRB 01 and 02, I'm looking at these going, holy shit, dude. We might, you know, I don't know. If there's one that I cherry pick, I love PRB 02. I love it. I think it's a great set. I don't think there was very many boxes of it out there in the first place. I remember going to Seattle Card Party looking for it. There was literally 2 vendors that had it. One was trying to sell them for, I think, $180 a box, and the other one was $150. You know, nobody really had them, but nobody was really into One Piece back then. There was a couple vendors selling One Piece cards, but nothing like it is today. But I mean, I think PRBO2 is going to be just like EBO2 right here at almost $600 a box. I mean, I really do think that these could probably go out to $600. I mean, if you see the entire market double, you're going to watch every one of these double. Every one. I mean, you're going to watch PRBO1 go out to $2,000 a box, and you're going to watch PRBO2 go out to probably $600 bucks. But I'm not price calling anything. I don't think, I mean, I don't know the future. I don't know what the price of these boxes can do. I have no idea. So, but anyway, moving on from this, just, I mean, that's pretty much all of that, and I don't think there's very much more to talk about with that other than everything sitting at about 30 other than OP6, OP8, OP10, OP12, 13, 14, and 15. I also don't like that they included EBO4 in 14 and 15. I don't like that at all. I think that's really dumb because it's just going to go from EBO3 to EBO5, which is just stupid in my opinion. Anyway, sorry about that. Here we are at EBO3. Current lowest is 312, and you can come, you know, you got to scroll down for a fucking mile to even find the first person who's actually listing one, who's not just trying to scam you or sell some Chinese fucking or Japanese bullshit. Anyway, 312 a box right now. We're doing this like this. I mean, I don't, when I look at OP12, for example, or even OP11. So if we come over here to, I'll just show you to, what do we got right here? OP12. So they come out, of course, you know, pre-release prices, they're always up here, and then they come down, and then they swoop, and then they hang out at the bottom, and then they shoot right back up. And so you can see that happen over here in OP12. You can watch it happen right down here. Prices go down. This more looks like to me OP15. We'll get into that, but they come down, they swoop, they find a low, they hang out down there for a while, and then the prices just start to go up because people realize they can't get any more of it. It was the same thing here with OP11, but you just can't see it. Also I should say, you're gonna notice that the current quantity listed is different than my list that I had, just because I came through and I minused off all these scam listings of people trying to, sell fucking Korean or whatever the fuck, or, ship next business day with 6 packs of it that they've already scanned. So anyway, what they did down here, price pre-release up here, back down, sat about 130 forever, and then right back up. And so anyway, the whole point of me saying that is that I think that's what EBO3 and OP15 are doing currently. I think that these things are just hanging down here at the low. We're just going sideways. I think that you have a lot of people in EBO3 still concerned that the reprint's going to be bigger than expected, and these will be $200 boxes. I just don't see it happening. I see prices holding right here at $300, and then we're going to move back out, 400, 450, or whatever the fuck it goes to. It'll go up. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not price calling anything because I'm not trying to get in trouble. But you can see the same thing right here for PRBO2. Came out about 230, came down to about $1.60. Hung out for a little bit, and then right up. So OP15, you're kind of in the same boat. Here, we can go and let's right here. Is this it? Yeah. So you can kind of see how, price came down, hit a low, shot up, went flat, up. It's kind of the same thing right now, how we went down, price up. Maybe we have a little bit more of a downturn into like the $200 range, maybe $1.90 if people keep getting these boxes. But I think that they're going to focus more on the new, the time of attack, or whatever the fuck it's called. The attack of time, or fucking something like that. I know that those attack and time are in the name of it. But anyway, I do think that these boxes are good to pick up right now at these prices. I mean, I don't see any of this shit slowing down. Pokemon just came out with the 30th anniversary. The fucking Mew card's crazy. People are still going crazy for cards. A lot of places are starting to go, you can only buy one, like at Target, for example, you can only get one of them. Or, I've seen videos of fucking people actually cutting the fucking seals of the boxes because then you can't go resell this shit, which is just fucking stupid to me. It's like, let people do what they want to do. They're fucking bums anyway. If you're sitting outside a fucking Target at 7 in the morning, dude, waiting for a restock, sorry, you're a fucking bum. I don't care. Get a fucking life, dude. What are you trying to fucking make? Ascended Heroes, I guess you're going to make $100 a box, maybe. I mean, just think about it. 13% of 180 is, I don't even know. I mean, it's like $23, probably $25. So call it $1.60, and then you got to pay, $15 for shipping. So $1.50, you buy it for $60, you're making about $90 on it, let's say. If you don't get, if somebody doesn't charge you back on it, you're making about $90. So that's good. But the rest of the shit, like, I'm sorry, dude, you're not making enough money that you're not making enough money that you can do this as a full-time job, dude, to sit outside, especially the fucking vending machines, dude. If you guys are the guys on your fucking phone like this, just waiting for the fucking vending machine to restock. It's like, dude, come on, bro. Just fucking, I don't know, man. I mean, I could sit here and talk shit about those fucking people forever because you guys are just, I'm sorry. I am not into that at all. You know what I mean? Just fucking, dude, like, I like to go to my Target and just, oh, it's on the shelf. Cool, I'll buy it. Oh, I didn't get it. I didn't fucking get it. Move on with my life, Anyway, I mean, I just think it's stupid. I don't know. I'm probably going to catch some fucking hate for that, but I think that you're dumb if you're doing that. Anyway, where was I even at? One Piece. You can't even find the fucking sleeve packs anywhere. Sleeve packs are double the price of normal packs, just because you can't fucking weigh them and scan them like you can normal packs. Yeah. Anyway, that was my little rant. I think that all of One Piece boxes are going to go up. All of them. So we'll just sit here and watch the supply of all of them. I mean, this isn't the best YouTube video I've made in a while, but what we'll do is we'll just go through and slowly keep watching all of these boxes and the amount of them, and then the price of what they do and all of that, and we're gonna most likely probably see some move up in the fucking boxes. And so anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Anyway, have a great rest of your day.